Welcome to 5 Minutes of Inspiration with Michelle. Today, I'm excited to come to you and I'm going to be sharing something very exciting with you. Well, I suppose exciting in a way because there's going to be one single inspiration which I think is going to be exciting, and it's hopefully will inspire you. And so tonight I'm drawing again our inspiration from the Bible. There is a fascinating story in Luke chapter 5. That story is also repeated in other Gospels. It's the story of Peter and his partners. Peter in Luke chapter 5, we're told Jesus is preaching and the crowd is following him. And this, so on one hand, there's Jesus preaching with the crowd following. On another hand is Peter, who is mending his net because he'd been working through the night with his partners and they didn't catch anything. What is our inspiration for today? Our inspiration for today is the danger of disappointment. And I'm going to share one danger of disappointment and its remedy as an inspiration for you for today. Peter, with his company, they're working. They're qualified in their work as fishermen. They're doing what they know best. They're working hard. The Bible says in Luke chapter 5 that they worked through the night. They were not lazy people. They worked hard through the night. It's not easy to work on a lake or a sea through the night, especially given that the technology was not as developed as it is today. It was a dangerous place. It was a place that they risked their lives for, working as fishermen in the night. They tried their best tricks. They tried the skills that they learned from their forefathers who had probably been fishermen from whom they inherited this trade and skill. But yet they caught nothing. I don't know about where you are qualified. In fact, sometimes you feel overqualified. You've got all the tools that you require for your trade. And you've tried to work this, to work that, to get this to work, to get that to work. And you've literally come to a dead end because none of the things you've tried has worked. And like Peter, you've come to a place of deep disappointment. Maybe you are not a lake, or rather your problem is not fishing. Maybe your problem is you worked so hard for a relationship. You tried the best you could. You wanted to get the best books, to listen to the best audios and advice, watch the best videos on relationships so that you can be the best of yourself. You worked hard, you went the extra mile, you sacrificed, you did everything that you thought was going to make your relationship work. But guess what happened? It didn't work. And perhaps your fishing is your job. You've tried to work hard and hard and hard and hard. And yet there's no recognition that is coming forward for the work that you are putting in. You've literally stood at the same place in the same position for ages, even though you know you've done the best you could, and still nothing has changed. Perhaps for you it's a business venture that you started, and the people that perhaps may have started even after you have seen some form of growth and success, and yet you've put in everything. You've knocked on every door. You've networked with everybody that you should be networking with. In fact, when you look at your network, you see so many people that you know that would literally open and give you opportunities, and you've tried everything in the book. to get your business to work and to grow, guess what? It hasn't grown. Nothing has changed. Like Peter and his partners, nothing worked. It resulted in deep disappointment. A kind of disappointment that cuts so deep from the soul. A kind of disappointment that cuts so deep from within. And that's the point at which Jesus met Peter and challenges him to try again. Well, here's the danger of disappointment. The fear to try again. Why? Because your heart wants to do everything it can to protect itself from experiencing the same pain that comes as a result of exerting so much effort, investing so much into something that results in no growth. In fact, results in failure. Jesus meets Peter at this point of his disappointment and says to him, I want you with the same boat, the same net, on the same lake, or sea, depending on how you view this. I want you to try again. That's the inspiration for us today. Try again. This is what's true. What's true is that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. But here is also what is true. What is true is that the switch to the light at the end of the tunnel is found in your ability to get up and try again. And unless you get up and try again, that switch would not go on for the light at the end of the tunnel to come. Imagine if Peter for a moment dared not to try because of his disappointment. Imagine for a moment if he dared to allow the pain of his disappointment and the fear to try again, the desire to preserve his emotions from the pain of disappointment, to hold him back from trying again. What would have his fate been? Well, we can make suggestions, but really the right answer is we don't know. And oftentimes that is the result of inactivity and a refusal to get up and try again. Is that you allow your life to live in a space of almost complete oblivion. I don't know. I don't know what my relationship could have been. I don't know what would have happened to my business. I don't know what would have happened to my kids. I don't know what would have happened to my job if only I tried again. Well, is that the space that you want to live again, in a space of I don't know, because you're refusing to get up and try again? Here's my closing comment. Get up and try again.